Okay, it's fine. Do what you gotta do. I'll stay low.
Just a flag, you're gonna...
Cyril! Can I get there? Can I get down there?
Would you mind saying hey, sorry, we need to keep the folks up here. Just because if you come, then... Who? Cyril, the guy in the glasses.
Hold it up!
We are extremely relieved that this has all worked out exactly as planned. We wish you, Greta, all the best for your upcoming journey through North and South America.
Well, all of this is very overwhelming, and the ground is still shaking for me. But I want to thank everyone so much, everyone who is here, and everyone who is involved in this climate fight, because this is a fight across borders, across continents, and it's as you said, it is insane that a 16-year-old have to cross the Atlantic Ocean to make a stand and this of course is not something that I want everyone to do. The trip was very surprisingly good. I did not feel seasick once, so there was and I am very grateful for Team Militia and everyone else who has been making this trip possible, and of course for everyone else, every activist who fight daily to save the world, basically, but to keep the fossil fuels in the ground and to create a safe passage to... I'm sorry, my brain is not working correctly. Yeah. The climate and ecological crisis is a global crisis and the biggest crisis humanity has ever faced, and if we don't manage to work together, to cooperate and to work together despite our differences, then we will fail. So we need to stand together and support each other and to take action, because otherwise it might be too late. So let's not wait any longer, let's do it now. Yes.
Do you want to get questions? Have you taken questions? Okay, so we've got time for some questions. So if you could state who your question's for, and we will start. So, okay, gentleman at the back there.
Right now I'm going to first finish this press conference and then go back to the boat and get my stuff, and then I'm going to rest. And then on this Friday I'm going to join the school striking young people outside the UN, which they have been doing for every Friday now for more than half a year. Yes, even on a sailboat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, I heard about the forest in the Amazon rainforest, the fires in the Amazon rainforest. So that's, yeah, and it is, of course, it's devastating, and it's so horrible. It's hard to imagine. So I mean, we need to. I mean, this is a clear sign that we need to stop destroying nature, and our war against nature must end. And I mean, the Amazon is such a key to addressing the climate crisis and the ecological crisis. So that is incredibly important. We cannot understand how important it is. So, yeah.
Lady at the back here. Yeah.
It's strange. Everyone always asks me about Donald Trump. But, I mean, my message for him is just listen to the science, and he obviously doesn't do that. So, I mean, as I always say to this question, if no one has been able to convince him about the climate crisis, the urgency, then why should I be able to do that? So I'm just going to now focus on spreading awareness, and that people in general will start caring and realize how big of a crisis this is. Yeah. I mean, of course, oil and gas has its ups and downs, and we need to sort of realize the consequences from a bigger perspective of what it actually does when we use it the way we use it today. And I'm pretty sure windmills doesn't cause cancer. And was the second question my message to all the activists, to just keep going. And I know it may seem impossible and hopeless sometimes, but it always does. So you just have to continue, because if you try hard enough and long enough, you will make a difference. And if enough people stand together, fight for the right thing, then anything can happen. So. I mean, of course, it's a huge focus on me as an individual, and maybe in a way that takes away from the focus from the actual problem. And so, I mean, of course, I wish this was more not focused on me, but more as a whole. And yeah, so but I mean, there's not much I can do about that. If what I'm doing can make a difference, and if it can create attention for the climate crisis, then I'm going to use that opportunity to try to change things.
Sorry, it's lady down here in the blue shirt. Sorry, yeah.
Indeed, I'm going to relax for some days now, and I won't really celebrate this trip or anything. I will just be as normal, because that is what I enjoy the most, to not do anything, to go for walks and eat fresh food, not freeze-dried, and to be dry and to clean myself. I am definitely coming to Chile, as it looks now, and I'm going to try to get there, of course, without flying. So there will be a lot of trains, buses, and probably even sailing as well. I will figure that out as time goes by. And from COP25, I expect, I mean, that must be some kind of breaking point. This United Nations Climate Action Summit in September now, and the COP25, these two have to be a tipping point. I hope it will be, because it must. And I and many people with me are going to try to do everything we can to make sure that the world leaders have all eyes on them during these conferences, so that they cannot continue to ignore this. I was how old I were when I first started to become a climate activist, or I first found out about this issue when I was maybe 7, 8, or 9 years old, and then I realized that, oh, this is actually very bad, and I started to read about it more and more, and when I became maybe 11, I became depressed, and the climate crisis was a huge cause of that. And because I just felt that everything is hopeless, and there's nothing we can do, and no one is doing anything. But then I sort of got out of that depression by promising myself that I'm going to do everything I can to change things, and that is what I tried to do. And I started to go to marches and demonstrations and to join organizations and things like that. But I still thought things were too slow, that nothing was really changing, so I was desperate in a way, tried to do something, just anything. And then this idea of school striking came up, and then I thought, yeah, I might just as well try that and see if it works, and if it doesn't, then I will try something else. And then I did it, and then it became huge very quickly. I mean, what I say to all leaders is that we have to take responsibility and see the bigger picture, and of course different countries have different different ways, or they are depending on different things, and that of course we need to take into account that. And of course, the aspect of equity, which is stated throughout the Paris Agreement, we also need to take into account that different countries are on different developing levels, and we need to make sure that everyone gets a just transition, and that's why, yeah, and yeah, I guess. I mean, yes, burning fossil fuels, and that of course creates more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and increases the percentage of several greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, and so yeah, that is true, maybe. And of course that combined with deforestation and destruction of natural habitats, of course they are not a good combination, because so yeah.
Got time for one more question. Okay, yeah.
The thing I'm going to miss the most is to be disconnected from everything and everyone, to not have contact with anyone, and to just not have anything you have to do, and to just literally sit for hours and just stare at the ocean, not doing anything. That was great, and then I'm going to miss that a lot. And of course to be in this wilderness, the ocean, and to see the beauty of it, and that I'm also going to miss. Peace and quiet.